So you recently purchased your first firearm. Well done. Now, maybe you're like many other people who first buy a firearm, you take it home, you get a feel for it, and then you tend to put it somewhere safe and you don't really think about it too much afterwards. Or maybe you've owned several firearms for years, but you've just kept them inside of a safe inside your home and haven't really touched them. A big step to gun ownership is training, and in this video we're going to talk about why I believe not training with your firearms is actually irresponsible. And not only that, but I want to share with you one big key that I believe is going to help kickstart your training. So be sure to stick around to the end of this video. I'm Parker with Range Rulerz. Let's get into it. Training, training, training. Now, if you're anything like me, when you hear that word, you tend to feel some sort of negative connotation from it. Now, for me personally, whenever I hear that word, I think of having to apply more focus, more energy, and just overall having to work more harder at a certain thing. And maybe you're like me and you have so many things you already have to work at. So the last thing you want to hear is having to work more. Trust me, I understand that frustration. Now, you may have never heard this, but did you know that not training with your firearm is actually irresponsible? In 2017, there was a report that stated that approximately 61% of Americans had received some sort of formal firearms training. Now, on the surface level, those numbers might actually seem pretty decent. However, let's think about some of the people that have went to go receive a formal training but have never went back to re-up on those skills. You see, the importance of training is so that we can build those higher levels of confidence, which later build into higher levels of competence in how we operate our firearms. One thing that I have told people is that by simply owning a firearm isn't doing you a bit of good if you're not training with it. Because it's easy to build up a false sense of security by simply owning a firearm but not having the skills and competence to back it up. Now, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I believe that if you want to be a productive American citizen, go out and train with the weapons that you have. Build those levels of proficiency, that way if Lord forbid anything bad happens to you or the ones that you love, you would be prepared. Now, mind you, this isn't fear-based paranoia. However, this is simply recognizing that the ruler of this dark world is out to do three things: steal, kill, and destroy. John 10:10, right? This is about a call to protect and preserve the lives around you. Now, my heart isn't just to bring you onto this video and beat you up and not teach you or help you. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I'm going to give you a real practical key that's actually going to help kickstart your training. And all you need is your firearm, some empty magazines, a safe environment, some small pieces of tape, and if you have them, a holster and a shot timer. Now, if you don't have a holster, consider going back and watching my previous video where I discussed why you need a gun belt. I think you would get a lot of value out of it. I'll be sure to link it down in the description below. So now, my big key for you to help you start practicing at home is actually dry firing your weapon. And for somebody just getting started, this could just be as simple as picking up your gun, confirming your grip, your sights, and just setting it back down. And keep repeating this. Practice your reloads. Get used to hitting the mag release button and then inserting a new one. And another thing that I've heard people do is whenever they're watching TV, they'll wait for a certain character to come into the frame. And when that certain character comes into the frame, they'll pull up their weapon and aim at them. And also, work on finding the trigger wall. And what the trigger wall is that area of resistance that you feel before the gun actually goes off. Here I have my Glock 17, which is confirmed unloaded. The gun is marked safe, so I'm going to demonstrate what the wall is. So here you have your trigger, and what you do is you pull back just slightly until you feel that last bit of resistance before the gun goes click. So what you're going to do is rack the slide and let the gun, the trigger, go out. Wait for it, and you hear that click, and you stay right there. And you do it again. You don't let your finger go all the way out. You let it go back and reset and find that wall. And you just keep on doing that. And what that's going to help you do is manage the recoil of your firearm. It's those simple drills that you can do at home to improve your skills. I know personally, dry firing works for me because I know of how much I've grown with my skills and overall levels of competence and confidence. Now, why I love dry firing is because it cancels out the issues of not having enough money for ammo and the time to go to the range. Now, nothing can replace real-life firing. However, dry firing can help expedite the learning curve that many new shooters might experience. I hope this video brought you a lot of value, and if it did, consider leaving a like. And if you're not already, also consider subscribing to us here at Range Rulerz. Thanks again for tuning in to another video. I'm Parker with Range Rulerz. See you guys in the next one.